And we're back.
Never left. I had something else to say.
Bad Bunny's also too, by the way.
Who'd he come out with?
2020 in the one in Miami with J-Lo and
Okay,
Shakira.
yeah. I got you.
So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 artists with 2 Super Bowl appearances.
So my point still stands. If that many artists can perform at a Super Bowl, either headlining or guest performer twice, Green Day can absolutely go from
being
opening one pregame to being halftime. Like that, just put that. Like they need to do
Billy Joel doesn't age, so it doesn't matter when it happens.
They need to do an alt-rock Super Bowl halftime show. Like an alt-rock from mid to late 90s to mid to late 2000s when it was the thing to be.
I saw somebody say, the Super Bowl opened with all of the greatest American classics, the Star-Spangled Banner, America the Beautiful, and American Idiot.
Good songs. They didn't show Lift Every Voice and Sing,
did.
did they?
It was before the 5 o'clock window.
Oh, okay.
It was at Coco Jones, stunned.
Okay.
Was in this beautiful white puffer dress, half dress with the legs out, but it was at 4:55. So if you weren't seated in front of your TV before the 5 o'clock window.
So it was that. Then it was American
Coco Jones,
Idiot Green Day.
Yeah, it was Coco Jones, the produced intro into the Super Bowl, into the former MVPs with Green Day, into America the Beautiful, Brandon Carlisle, into Charlie Puth doing the anthem.
Make one of those other ones the national anthem. I don't care. Lift Every Voice or America the Beautiful. Those are much
Boulevard
better.
of Broken Dreams?
I mean, that's an incredible national anthem.
Such a good song.
I walk alone.
Beautiful. What's up, everybody? It is Monday, February 9th. It is going to be a good day. Jessica Benson with you from the Grind City Media Studios in Memphis, Tennessee. CJ Hurt behind the glass coming up on today's show. It is the Monday after the Super Bowl. We will get into all things from the game, the halftime show, the commercials, all of it. Also had a Memphian win Super Bowl MVP, which is pretty cool. Memphis Grizzlies played 2 games over this weekend. They lost both of them. Also, since we last sat here, Zach Kleiman spoke to the media about the future of the Grizzlies coming out of the trade deadline. We'll get into all of that. Gary Parrish will join us as he does each and every Monday to discuss. We'll hit everything and anything from the weekend. The Olympics continued. We've got some Hot Mess Express. We got a busy show to get into. It is a Monday. You know what we say. Today should be a national holiday.
Yeah. We would still be here.
It's not a national holiday next year.
Are you ready to transform your pool into a stunning oasis? At Mainland Pool Service, they're a family-owned business committed to keeping your pool looking pristine all year round. They believe that pool care should be proactive, not reactive, which is why their skilled team handles everything from routine cleaning to complex issues with precision. They prioritize clear communication and personalized solutions to exceed your expectations. Join the Mainland Pool Service family today and experience the difference their expertise and dedication can bring to your relaxation retreat. Contact them now at mainlandpoolservice.com.
The long goodbye begins. A very special evening with Journey. Final Frontier Tour. Journey. Tickets are on sale now at journeymusic.com. Your chance to say goodbye to the songs that changed our lives. Journey. Final Frontier Tour.
Thanks for showing up, Memphis. Nothing beats catching your Grizzlies IRL, and nobody knows that better than you. So next time you want to hit up a game, Ticketmaster's got your back with tickets to every upcoming matchup. Whether you're catching the Grizzlies at home or on the road, you'll find tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Keep putting that jersey collection to use and get Grizzlies tickets today. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside again soon, Memphis.
Big Ben Bennett, do you have your new football coach over in Nashville?
We do, yes. Robert Saleh. This is why I'm stoked. Starting in 2019, number 2 total defense, number 5 total defense, number 3 total defense, number 4 total defense, number 3 total defense, number 3 total defense. This dude's going to have a good defense. He's going to be able to turn their defense around, which has obviously been an issue.
The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Own the 2025-26 Grizzlies season with the 10-game Flex Pack, the ultimate way to catch all the action on your terms. Choose your favorite matchups from intense rivalries to weekend thrillers and customize your pack to fit your schedule. With 10 games to pick, you'll never miss the moments that matter most. Visit Grizzlies.com/packs today to build your perfect ticket pack and cheer on the Grizzlies your way. It's your team, your season, and your schedule. So don't miss out.
Nate Bargatze.
Look, I say a lot of dumb stuff. I try to keep it in front of large groups. Seems to go better that way.
Big Dome Eyes World Tour.
When you say something dumb one-on-one, it's a lot for that person. I'll say it, then I can just feel that they feel the weight of my life on their shoulders.
Tickets and info at NateBargatze.com. Don't miss the Big Dome Eyes World Tour. Nate Bargatze.
Feels great to feel the sunshine. Gotta own a day like it's all mine. Just got paid in his own time. Been working hard, I've been on the grind. I deserve this feeling, having my way. I've been on this healing. This is my day. The sun's out, let's have a little fun now. I wanna let it all out. That's what it's all about. Cause I deserve this feeling, having my way. I deserve this healing. This is my day.
Grind City Media presents The Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt. Live from the Grind City Media Studios on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
What's up, everybody? Happy Monday. I hope you had a great weekend. Lots to get into today. A lot of Grizzlies action from the weekend that was. It's a Grizzlies game day tonight with the team in Golden State. But of course, it is the Monday after the Super Bowl, which should be a holiday, but it is not. So we will discuss the Super Bowl that was. And CJ, I turned on the Super Bowl and I got 3/4 of Big Ten football. We're built for it. 3/4 of beautiful Big Ten, run the ball, play defense. What's your favorite field goal football? And then the Seahawks beat the Patriots 29-13. Could have been 50-13 for a minute. I thought we might see the first shutout ever in the history of the Super Bowl. Some are calling it boring, CJ. I know that you would not subscribe to that characterization.
Why the hell would it be boring to watch?
Some people called it boring football.
Two good defenses and at least good, right? Like the Patriots defense is good. And to watch an elite defense out there, why the hell would that be boring?
Some people are saying it was the most boring Super Bowl of the last decade.
Did you see those blitz packages that were coming up? Did you see
Mike McDonald was throwing everything at the Patriots?
Anytime a grown man gets thrown into another grown man, I love it. And that's what was happening with that Seahawks defense. They were literally at times throwing linemen at Drake May, who just answered his doorbell and got sacked again, right? Like that's, that was incredible to see. Had the turnovers not started happening, excuse me, in the fourth quarter, that's a 12-0 game, which would be insane to stop and think about what that means for both defenses. Mm-hmm. That means that the losing defense gave up 4 field goals. Mm-hmm. That's what that would mean. And it wasn't until the fumble that Drake May had before the Seahawks found anything from a touchdown standpoint. That made it 19. And then it was a comical assortment of errors by that Patriots offense that led to the defensive touchdown being scored. So, miss me with that was boring. That was defensive beauty right there. That's what that was. We are trained to watch football only from the offensive eye. And from the offensive eye, not from the running back or not from the wide receiver. We only care about quarterbacks and the stats that they put up. But these two teams showed you, if you build a good roster, you can get here. If you get a good defense, you can get here. And it's much more affordable to go out there and get a good defense. Sam Darnold is a Super Bowl champion winning quarterback. He started. Come
Shout
on,
out
man.
to the U.S. Seahawks. Listen, many great teams, many Super Bowl winning teams, and a couple of them in Seattle have been built on the back of elite defense and run the damn ball and have special teams that don't mess it up for you and a quarterback that doesn't mess it up for you. Sam Darnold, not a single turnover throughout the postseason. Actually, the wildest stat of the night that I saw was that the Seahawks are the first Super Bowl champion to go an entire postseason run without committing a single turnover. That is a team that took care of the ball. And listen, I can't call it boring because I am sitting here in Memphis, Tennessee on this fine morning, and the best thing to come out of the Super Bowl for me, Kenneth Walker, MVP. Like, that game starts with the player introductions being done. Every player pops up, I'm so-and-so from so-and-so, and you hear Kenneth Walker, Memphis, Tennessee, and then the game ends with Kenneth Walker being the first running back to win Super Bowl MVP since Terrell Davis in Super Bowl 32. He played high school football at Arlington. He calls Memphis home. He had 135 yards last night on 27 carries, along with 2 catches for 26. Had that 49-yarder wiped off the board due to a penalty in the fourth quarter. He's been excellent all postseason. Like, in 3 games, he had 417 yards and 4 touchdowns. Not a single turnover, of course. I'm pretty sure he didn't lose a fumble all season. Like, he had a couple, but he didn't lose one. And there have been... I don't know if somebody said that there was a former Memphian who has won Super Bowl MVP before, but I did not fact check that. But it's pretty damn cool to watch a Memphis native win Super Bowl MVP at the end of that night. And when you look at how the Seahawks were able to win that game on the back of their elite defense, and also Kenneth Gainwell just having the proper runs at the right time and just being able to break free and get them the yardage that they ultimately needed, I now get to be the most annoying person in the world because I covered him in high school, CJ. I covered Kenneth Walker on the sidelines at Arlington High School, and I thought he was awesome. And I went back and I found a tweet from 2018 where I tried to tell people, I said, learn the name, remember the name, respect the name. It's kind of embarrassing to look back. I was very, very specific with it. But this was coming off of a game that I had seen him play at Arlington where he had 5 touchdowns in the first half, and 4 of them were for 50 or more yards. And I was like, yep, that kid's special. I think I sent the tweet to Jacob if he has it. But this, oh, you have the video. Okay, well, this is the video from 2018 of little old me talking about Kenneth Walker coming off of a Friday night high school football night here in Memphis from Arlington. Take a listen. I started my night at Arlington High School where there is a player who everyone needs to learn his name, remember his name, and straight up respect his name. Senior running back Kenny Walker. He had 5 touchdowns for the Tigers in Week 1. Week 2, Arlington hosting St. George's. The Griffins would score on their first drive of the night. So Tigers down 7 in the first. And hello, Kenny Walker. Should have gone down there. Maybe should have gone down there. He didn't. He's got open space and a sunshine spotlight the rest of the way. 56-yard touchdown run ties up the game at 7-all. Next drive for the Tigers, quarterback Rhodes Carson. Who's he going to find flashing across the middle? Kenny Walker. Duh. He's going to end up in the same exact place. The end zone. Those were 2 of his 5 touchdowns tonight. He scored them all in the first half as Arlington goes on to win 49-21.
He could catch the ball in high school.
Kenny Walker. Duh. Into the sunshine spotlight. Yes, before I did Grizzlies highlights. Ta-da. I shot those too. That was my own camera work. Would ride them, would drive. That man made me drive out to Arlington over and over. Do you know how far the drive was to Arlington?
I'm aware.
And it's because Kenneth Walker was such a special player that you had to include Arlington football highlights. There have been 3 local running backs back in my time covering preps who made me think, man, they could do something really special someday. And it was Eric Gray at Lausanne, Tyler Beatty at Briarcrest, and Kenneth Walker at Arlington. And all 3 of them made it to the league, which is remarkable. But only one of them is Super Bowl MVP, and it's Kenneth Walker. And that is such a cool thing to see. Like, very rarely are you able to localize the Super Bowl in a way where you're like, oh, yeah, that means more. The Seattle Seahawks won. How many Memphians genuinely are Seahawks fans out there? Maybe not that many. But I am the rarity of Kenneth Walker fan and Sam Darnold USC fan.
And Seahawks fan.
I'm a Seattle fan. All my family is so happy. They just said, like, the city is great. A lot of them watch together. And it's been such a huge year for Seattle sports. You have the Mariners make a deep run. You have the Seahawks win the Super Bowl. They're all sitting on pins and needles waiting to see if they're ever going to get the Sonics back. But it's been a really fun year for Seattle sports, and it was fun for the Seahawks. A very worthy team of winning the Super Bowl. And shout out Kenneth Walker, who's one of the other cool stories for Kenneth Walker was his dad was in the stadium. And it was, according to Kenneth Walker, the first time his dad has gone to an NFL game because his dad is usually kind of like wary of crowds and doesn't like to be in crowds. But Kenneth Walker's agent convinced his dad to go to the game. And so his first NFL game that he ever attended, he got to watch his son win Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah, that's incredible.
That's awesome.
That's good stuff right there. Some of those feel-good stories are really, really special. And it's great to see Kenneth Walker. They needed him. They needed him to run the football because they had nothing else going for them offensively. And they're down Charbonnet also. So it's like, all right, it's the last game of the season, Kenneth. You're going to have to carry this. We don't see running backs. Part of the reason we didn't have a running back MVP in the Super Bowl is because right around Terrell Davis and not like right there 5 years maybe or so after that, we stopped giving the running back the ball 27 times a game. We just stopped. We stopped doing that. And so in this game, they needed him. It was working. He was working. And he toted that damn thing 20-something times, right? And that's remarkable to see in this day and age of American football, where it is, hey, drop back, RPO you to death, screen you to death, bubble or otherwise, throw some of these balls out there in the flat and let your receivers out there make some dudes miss, line up in 12 personnel and throw it to the tight end because they've got the mismatch out there. We'll do all of that. But we not trying to tote the tater 30-something, 40-something times in the game. And Kenneth Walker went out there with that Seahawks offensive line who did a really good job blocking and did enough to move them into field position. And even though their quarterback was having a really bad game, like Sam Darnold did not play well.
He said it in his post-game interview. He was like, but wish the offense would have played better. But he didn't mess up.
But he didn't mess up. And you can get away with not messing up and not playing well when you got that dude behind you gashing an opposing defense, getting you into scoring range, and then got the best defense in the NFL the past decade out there. You know, I'd put it up there side by side with that Broncos team that won the Super Bowl with Von Miller and those guys. That defense is incredible. So you got a great defense who's not giving anything up. You got a good running back who can get you first downs so you can play the field position game. Hey,
and a kicker who doesn't miss.
And a kicker who does not miss.
Most in history. I thought Myers might get MVP.
He was going to be MVP.
I thought we were going to get our first kicker MVP, and people were going to be like, come on.
At a certain point,
when Kenneth's touchdown in the fourth got wiped off, I was like, oh, they're going to give it to Jason Myers.
At a certain point in the third quarter, I guess it was when it was 12-0. After the fourth field goal, Kenneth Walker, I don't think had quite eclipsed 100 yards yet. I'm not sure. It was like, oh, the best player, the most valuable player on this field is the kicker. Like, we're going to get a kicker, and then Kenneth Walker continue to just churn out the yardage. Yeah. So,
like you said, Drake May sacked 6 times. If I saw one more person make the joke about it being back-to-back years of bad Super Bowls for people named Drake, I was going to lose my mind. That was like a all-timer over and over. Hey, did you know it's been rough years for people named Drake in the Super Bowl? I was like, yes. Drake May had a tough time. There was a moment where a graphic was floating around, and I couldn't find it to go back and cross-reference, but where Drake May was on track for having one of the worst Super Bowl performances by a quarterback ever. And I think he was in second, and that was going into the fourth quarter. It was like Rich Gannon and Rex Grossman, and then Jared Goff, Sexy Rexy. And then we kept talking about for the ones who did find yesterday's Super Bowl boring, strictly from a standpoint of not a lot of points, not a lot of scoring, and a blowout. Like it felt like the Seahawks were going to win that game. Obviously, when it was 19-7 and Patriots had the ball, you're thinking, oh, maybe. And then Drake May threw a pick right in the middle of the field. Wasn't that the pick?
It might have been.
When it was 19-7?
It might have been. Both.
It might have been back to back.
He might have fumbled. No, it was a pick. It was the pick. The pick in the middle of the field.
Yeah.
And then he fumbled. And
later.
Then the fumble led to the other touchdown, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Anyway, we just kept going back to that Rams Super Bowl, the Rams-Patriots Super Bowl, where Jared Goff was awful.
That Patriots defense was
and that Patriots defense was really good. I put that Patriots defense, the Von Miller defense, the Legion of Boom years. Get a good defense. You too can win a Super Bowl someday.
Defense wins championships. What are we talking about?
Well, now we're in an era. Mike McDonald, 38, third youngest coach and first defensive play caller to win a Super Bowl. Are we calling him the first branch of the Harbaugh tree?
You can, yeah.
To win a Super Bowl?
Yeah, well, yeah, he would.
Obviously,
there's nobody else. There's nobody else on that branch who's won a Super Bowl.
And he's both of them too.
Yeah,
because he was with the Ravens and with Michigan.
Yeah.
Michigan
helped
man. Michigan beat Ohio State.
Damn right he did. Speaking of beating Ohio State.
And then brought Big Ten football right on back to the Super Bowl.
Michigan basketball dominated those boys up in Columbus, man. It was good stuff to see. Yeah, man, it was. Defenses are what's important. Like, we can talk all we want to about, hey, this quarterback is doing this incredible thing. We've never seen this quarterback put up this many yards in a season or this many touchdowns or what have you. But, yo, if you get you a really good defense, man, it makes that quarterback's job all the more easier because he doesn't have to make plays at that point. Yeah. All he has to do is be a steward of the game and just not turn it over and not mess it up. I was surprised that Drake May, one of the best scrambling quarterbacks in the NFL, did not try and run more. It reminded me a bit of, was that last year's playoff run when Lamar Jackson, no, maybe it was 2 or 3 years ago, where Lamar Jackson was in the postseason and trying to beat dudes from the pocket, which no shame in that. Lamar Jackson is a good pocket player, but what makes him special is what he can do outside of the pocket when he gets outside of the pocket and get downfield using his legs. He plays you out of some of the coverages that you want to do. And with the way the Seahawks were covering the Patriots receivers, and a lot of them were not open, I felt like if Drake May could have found a way to get outside of the pocket and get downfield using his legs, he would have put true pressure on that defense and been able to play them out. 1, 2, the Seahawks did a tremendous job of not allowing Drake May to simply step up into the pocket and go. Because that's what he does well is, all right, the pocket is breaking down. There's a hole right there to the left of the center. Let me just slide up in there. And as I slide up, just keep sliding and go from there. The Seahawks defensive tackles, particularly the interior of that defensive line, did a tremendous job of not leaving gaps where he could slide up and rush. Just run as fast as you can backwards, then get outside and then go from there, Drake. But, you know.
Yeah, that call before the interception was so funny when Chris Collinsworth was like, Drake May starting to read the defense. He throws the pick and Collinsworth's like, I got nothing for you. I got nothing for you.
Because and that happened a time or two, where dude's running open and Drake May's just happy feet in the pocket, scared, and takes a sack. And in that case, the receiver is clearly breaking open towards the sideline. Lead him towards the sideline. Drake is like, nope, I'm just throwing it straight to the safety. Let's go. One of the sacks he took, there's a dude clearly open on the cross. It's just like, Drake, throw it over here. And he's so frazzled because he's been hit so much.
So many times.
He's like, no, I've got to just hold on to the football and fall. It's like, all right, Drake, come on, man, be better.
How many times did you say it was hit? Like 11 last night?
Felt like 15.
It felt like 100.
Yeah, he got hit a bunch.
Well, I got to admit, I'm sorry, Patriots fans, but felt good to watch the Patriots lose again. I forgot what that was like in life, and I was like, I don't hate this.
This isn't the same
It doesn't matter.
Patriots.
It doesn't matter.
What do you mean?
I even like Drake May. I all of a sudden realized going into this game, if they had won, something that we did not talk about enough, and I guess it's not really a story, but the fact that the Patriots quarterback is Drake May, North Carolina, Drake May, and Bill Belichick is the coach at North Carolina, and he had to get into a situation this year where, like, they had to go above him and Jordan Hudson, who wore quite the sweatshirt over the weekend, to make them post about Drake May because there's so much pettiness between Bill Belichick and the Patriots, and yet there's like this perfect circle of connectivity with all of them. And yet, petty always is going to win in that case. And in this case, the Patriots didn't win either. We have a lot more to get to from the Super Bowl between the commercials and the Super Bowl halftime show with Bad Bunny, which we will talk about later on today's show. But coming up next, busy Grizzlies weekend. Started with the Zach Kleiman press conference on Friday. Had 2 games against the Portland Trailblazers, both ending in losses. We will get into all the Grizz happenings, plus Gary Parrish will join us after a quick break.
Memphis, Monday, February 16th. Tickets and ringsider packages on sale now.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GVWR.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans. Want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Thanks for showing up, Memphis. Nothing compares to catching your Grizzlies IRL. And that all starts with buying tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Ticketmaster gets you to the game so you can catch every highlight. Put that jersey collection to use for the next game and get Grizzlies tickets at Ticketmaster. Whether they're here at FedEx Forum or on the road, Ticketmaster's got your back when it comes to scoring tickets. And there's no better brag than saying you saw it live.
Grizz Nation gets set for tip-off 1 hour before every Grizzlies home game with the warm-up show. Get the latest news, notes, and analysis live from courtside at FedEx Forum.
Who's going to be the tougher team that rebounds and prevents second-chance opportunities?
Join me, Lang Whitaker, along with Michael Wallace, Jessica Benson, and other personalities from Grind City Media, Memphis, and around the NBA. 1 hour before every home game, live at Grind City Media on X, YouTube, and the official Grind City Media mobile app.
The Grizzlies are proud to team up with Prime Global Group, a company on a mission to redefine real estate investment. By leveraging deep experience, strategic insight, and robust resources, Prime Global Group is shaping a smarter, socially responsible future. Whether you're an investor or simply curious, now's the time to explore innovative strategies that align with your values. Join the movement and discover how you can be a part of this exciting evolution. Visit primeglobalgroup.net to learn more and connect with the team today. That's primeglobalgroup.net.
Welcome back. Grizzlies weekend started with Zach Kleiman's press conference on Friday afternoon coming out of the trade deadline. And then we saw two Grizzlies losses, both to the Portland Trailblazers. I will call them ethical losses. Not all teams can claim ethical losses from the weekend. I am looking at the Utah Jazz. Did you see that, CJ? Did you see the funny business that the Utah Jazz participated in?
And they'll be in the lottery. They'll draft somebody super talented, and they'll probably be bad again.
I don't know. Now they've got one of them being Jaren Jackson Jr., him and Lauri Markkanen combining for 49 points through 3 quarters of basketball and the team being up 7. And then, oopsie-doopsie. Why aren't they playing in the fourth quarter? What happened? Triangle injury? Not everyone can have a triangle injury.
Triangle. Was it a isosceles triangle injury?
Ooh.
Was it an acute triangle?
Acute. What's the other one?
Obtuse.
Obtuse. I think it was
Wait,
obtuse.
isosceles isn't a triangle.
Yes, isosceles is a triangle.
I thought there are 3 triangles. Obtuse, right, and acute. Isosceles is something else, isn't it?
No, an isosceles triangle.
Is it? What's an
It's
isosceles?
a polygon with at least 2 sides of equal length, known as legs, and 2 equal angles opposite those sides, known as base angles. And a total interior angle sum of 180 degrees.
That sounds...
I think all triangles are isosceles.
Okay.
And then there are 3 categories of isosceles triangles, which are acute, right, or obtuse, based on their vertex angle.
It's been a while since I took geometry, man.
Right. We just were randomly forced to learn about triangle injuries because John Conchar had a triangle injury, and now it's contagious. Apparently, you can't play in fourth quarters.
Conchar didn't play either?
I don't know if Conchar played.
But
the headline out of it was Jaren and Lauri going off and then conveniently sitting to take a loss to the Magic over the weekend. Before we get to the Grizzlies games that were, because quite frankly, the wins and the losses for the Memphis Grizzlies the rest of the way, not the main storyline. Zach Kleiman had his press conference. I thought the TLDR, the too long, didn't read of it all, what you need to know most coming out of Friday's presser, was the clear picture that this is a rebuild. I think the words turn the page were used at least 3 times, and this is a team that is hopeful that it's not some kind of extended rebuild, that they're not starting from scratch, as Kleiman said. Obviously, you never really know with that, but he did put it in the phrasing of, quote, I don't think this is some 5-year try to be terrible thing, and said that they don't believe in that method of team building, which is encouraging as you're staring down the life of a rebuild that at times isn't very fun, and had a couple examples of that in those losses to the Trailblazers this weekend. I would also extrapolate that the future of this team involves players like Cedric Coward, Zach Edey, Jalen Wells. They were specifically mentioned, as was Walter Clayton. And even though Zach Kleiman said that he wasn't ready to crown any of them necessarily, he identified them as the players that fit the identity of what this team wants to be moving forward, which is tough-minded, physically tough, unselfish, and play the right way. And I know some people grabbed onto those names being specifically referenced and were like, what about Gigi? What about Cam Spencer? And I really don't think you need to think too much into that. It's like top of mind guys. I don't know. Then Ja posted Gigi's picture on Instagram, and I really hope this doesn't turn into a thing. But that was my other big takeaway from Friday was the rebuild is here, and frankly, there was no real indication that Ja Morant is a part of the future plans for this team, and I'm not sure if we ever see Ja play in a Grizzlies jersey again. The injury is keeping him out for now. They said that they would reevaluate, figure out what a potential return to play would be given what that rehab looks like. But when you look at how the press conference started, and I think it was Chris Harrington who asked the first question and specifically asked why Jaren Jackson Jr. was made available and why that trade to Utah was preferable to keeping him into the summer or next season. And I thought, you got a really illuminating answer right off the bat, where Kleiman said, quote, overall, the way we approached the deadline and the decisions that we made at the deadline, this is all organizational direction. I don't want to say it's straightforward coming out of last season where I offered a pretty candid assessment of where this team was relative to where we were trying to get to. We did want to give this group every opportunity. I feel like we did. We were excited about the additions we brought in going into this season, but unfortunately, the group hasn't been healthy again. It's not an excuse, but the reality of the situation put us in a spot at this deadline where we had a fork in the road with different ways to continue to rebuild and different ways to pivot. And they have now pivoted into the rebuild. And that was the option that they deemed healthiest and the most opportunistic for this team right now. Was asked about the decision to make Ja available for a trade, why he wasn't traded, specifically said trades take 2 teams. And, it just got to this point where he was asked a variety of questions about Ja, and none of them were the previously emphatic, obviously, Ja Morant is part of this going forward. Those words were not said, and I think in those words not being said, you can make that the larger takeaway for where this team is going moving forward.
Yeah, man. It's if you're rebuilding and you got rid of basically the most important pieces of that core that was the era immediately following the grit and grind era, but there's one piece left, you kind of got to use logic and say, okay, that piece is going to be moved or leave here soon as well. I think it is a full rebuild in the sense that Dylan and Jaren and Ja and Bane, Ja put him to the side for the moment, won't be a part of this. This isn't a retool type of situation. It is, all right, we tried it. It didn't work out quite the way we wanted it to. So let's go ahead and move. You got rid of 4 or 5 of the players prominent in that first iteration of the Grizzlies following grit and grind. Now it's time to get rid of the face of that. And it's when it happens, it'll be a sad day. Till then, man, he's here.
Right.
If he's healthy enough and he's good to go, get him out there. Let's go. Time to compete.
It's an odd conundrum to have, because if you are intending to trade him, if you get him back on the floor, you would have the opportunity to perhaps rehab his value, right? Coming off of a trade deadline where the value was established to be not there. Negative, some people said. But then you could also get hurt. And you also get in a situation where this team, and we talked about it last week, you don't need to intentionally T-word, but you are in a position where you are going to lose a lot of games. You just lost to a team that is right ahead of you in the play-in tournament situation. It puts the Grizzlies firmly back into the lottery conversation. The Trailblazers win those 2 games this weekend. They're in the 10 seed in the Western Conference. And if you had won those, you would have been tied with the Trailblazers. So it's an interesting and kind of messy thing to hold on to the rest of the season, but it's their reality. And
What's
so they
messy
will,
about it?
just because of the emotions around it, I think. It's hard. That billboard went down this weekend. And obviously, because Jaren Jackson Jr. is no longer on this team, so it would make no sense to have a giant billboard outside that says house rules turn up with John Morant and Jaren Jackson Jr. But when the face of the team is still on said team, but the team has decided to move into a new direction, I think that's a natural, awkward, if not messy, awkward situation.
Okay,
is that fair?
Awkward is better. Messiness implies that people are going at one another publicly.
No. I just use the word messy because I'm messy Jesse, but awkward.
Awkward, I can understand that. Weird, I can understand that. Unusual, unsettled.
We'll throw out
all
the
of that.
thesaurus.
All of that is fine. Listen, everybody's got to be a professional in this situation. That means front office don't be out here bad mouthing player, and player don't be out here being a nuisance to front office and the franchise. And up to this point, I don't think there's been much of that. People's feelings are hurt. People are frustrated. I understand that. I can follow that, but everybody still got a job to go out there and do. And you just do it to the best of your ability and trust that one day it'll get worked out. And that one day might be this summer. That one day might not be this summer, though. So be prepared and be flexible. I think the front office here has shown an ability and a willingness to, one, be flexible, but two,
not be emotional,
not be knee jerk.
Yeah.
And that was one of the things that came up in the Kleiman presser. Also, that I took away from it was, he was talking about, I forget what the question was, but he was talking about some of the injuries that have happened over the past couple of seasons. It's like, yo, listen, if we had made some of the moves that we were rumored to be in the mode of making, that we were close to making, and that people wanted us to make, we wouldn't be in the position we're in today. We would be in a much, much worse spot today because of these injuries. And so it's one thing to push all of your chips in, but if it doesn't hit, and things go terribly awry, you can be in a really precarious situation. You take a look up at what the Milwaukee Bucks front office is dealing with right now, where they looked around and said, okay, the Middleton and others aren't enough for us to win the East anymore. Let's push all the chips in. Let's go out there. Let's get Dame. That means we got to move from Jrue Holiday. That means we got to move from Lopez. That means we got to move from Middleton. We got to move from a lot of quality pieces that fit into a championship roster. We got to move off of all of them. We bring Dame in. The two-man of Dame and Giannis will be enough to get us over the hump. And then Dame goes down with the Achilles injury. And it's, okay, now what are you? And you look at that roster, there aren't a whole lot of first-round picks that they have control of. They don't have a ton of cap flexibility either. It's hard for them to go out there and get the talent necessary to put around a Giannis-led team to get them back to be where they want to be. The Grizzlies had an opportunity, apparently reportedly 5 firsts for Bridges once upon a time. And everybody's like, oh, go make that move, push it all the way in. And they didn't. And if they had of, you think about where this team is, and if the injuries had played out the same sort of a way, like, they'd be in a much, much worse spot. That means they wouldn't have had the Edie. They wouldn't have had Coward either, I don't believe. I'm not sure what the second-round picks would have looked like, but you could have been without a Cam Spencer or a Gigi as well, right? Like, so while things aren't great now, there is hope. They do have more
And it's
picks.
true. You're not starting from scratch.
You do have more picks, or as many picks as almost everybody else in the NBA right now, future first-round picks. And so you got to hit on some of those, man, and that would lend itself to this rebuild being expedited, not being near as long as what it could be.
I cannot believe I forgot about equilateral, scalene, and isosceles
What are those?
triangles. Well, equilateral is when they're all the same
equal sides.
equal. Scalene is where... What's a scaling triangle? Specifically,
so we're talking about the
all different lengths.
Okay.
Scaling are all different, and I believe isosceles has 2 of the same. If that's correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so what we were talking about was the angles, not the length.
Correct.
Listen, geometry. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
So acute angle is the angle less than 90 degrees.
Less.
Obtuse is an angle larger than 90, and then
90s.
Right.
A right triangle.
Right triangle. It has that one angle that's 90.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, I follow.
And a scalene is all 3 different.
Sizes.
Sizes. Every
length. The line, not the
of
angle. Yeah.
It's a different size.
Yeah.
And that's what you missed in geometry.
We're smart.
The big games from the weekend, the Grizzlies lost 2 to the Trailblazers, 135-115 on Friday night, and then 122-115 on Saturday night. A perfect 115 points scored by the Grizzlies in both of those games. The one on Saturday, they were up at the start of the fourth quarter, got outscored 34-19 in the fourth. It is not if you win or lose, it is how you play the game. That is the message for this team the rest of the way. And I mean that it's how you play the game and the competitiveness, what you're taking from individual players as they attempt to either continue to develop or prove that they have a future of an NBA career, either here or elsewhere. Friday night, we saw the season debut of Scottie Pippen Jr. He had 13.6 assists in 22 minutes. Also saw the debuts of Walter Clayton and Taylor Hendricks. I know Taylor Hendricks struggled both nights. Walter Clayton going down with that injury on Saturday, I was like, come on. The good news is he's only listed as questionable with a calf contusion, so maybe he took like a knee to the calf. But I thought we were for sure going to see Walter Clayton out and then be like, what will we see of Walter Clayton the rest of the year? The second game was really fun for Omax. He was shooting the lights out and almost made it one of those, oops, we're going to win this game kind of situations. Jemai Meshack, I wish Jemai Meshack was 2.5 inches taller. I won't even ask for 3, just 2.5 inches taller. He's such a fun defensive player to watch. The 6 steals on Saturday, playing center, going up against Donovan Kleiman. Like, if he can make something out of his offensive game, but the defense is really fun there. I look forward to seeing him play more games this year. I look forward to seeing the Walter Clayton, hopefully, guard battle, a fun battle with him, with Javon Small, with Scottie Pippen Jr. I think tonight we're going to see Scottie Pippen Jr. and Ty Jerome share the floor for the first time when the Grizzlies take on the Warriors, so that'll be fun. And it was also good to see Kyle Anderson back. I like the game of Kyle Anderson, the game of slow-mo, back on this team. One other small Grizzlies, no, not small, it's important. No Cam Spencer in the three-point contest, and that bummed me out. He's going to be there. What are we doing? Give Cam Spencer a spot in the three-point contest. I'm serious, CJ. He wanted to do it. He's going to be there for the Rising Stars. He's a great three-point shooter.
You going to take Dame Lillard out?
Yeah, I'm going to take Dame Lillard, who hasn't played all season, and put Cam Spencer in. Yeah, you betcha.
Why the hell is Dame in the damn three-point contest?
Make it make sense.
Why? I'm not saying
Cam Spencer is right there.
Well, listen, that's your take. Mine is, why the hell is Dame there?
It's Dame, Booker, Knipple, Tyrese Maxey, Donovan Mitchell, Jamal Murray, Bobby Portis, Norman Powell, and no Cam Spencer.
Bobby Portis, all right, Bobby.
All right, Gary Parrish is going to join us after a quick break. We'll get his take on all things Grizzlies, on the Super Bowl, maybe talk a little halftime show as well. GP on the other side.
Own the 2025-26 Grizzlies season with the 10-game Flex Pack, the ultimate way to catch all the action on your terms. Choose your favorite matchups from intense rivalries to weekend thrillers and customize your pack to fit your schedule. With 10 games to pick, you'll never miss the moments that matter most. Visit Grizzlies.com/packs today to build your perfect ticket pack and cheer on the Grizzlies your way. It's your team, your season, and your schedule. So don't miss out.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans. Want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Memphis, Monday, February 16th. Tickets and rinksider packages on sale now.
Jeff Dunham, Artificial Intelligence, his all-new tour.
You're the other white meat. How can you be so smart on one hand and so stupid on the other? Well, you're half of it. I realize I could have avoided all this years ago with one simple word. I do not. Silence!
Don't miss a Memphis. Friday, April 10th, FedEx Forum. Tickets on sale Monday, September 29th at jefftudham.com.
Big Ben Bennett, do you have your new football coach over in Nashville?
We do, yes. Robert Saleh. This is why I'm stoked. Starting in 2019, number 2 total defense, number 5 total defense, number 3 total defense, number 4 total defense, number 3 total defense, number 3 total defense. This dude's going to have a good defense. Like, he's going to be able to turn their defense around, which has obviously been an issue.
The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item. Whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
Welcome back. It is Monday. That means it's time to catch up with Gary Parrish, host of the Gary Parrish Show, weekday mornings at 10 a.m. on Grind City Media. He joins us every Monday. He joins us now, and he is flexing. Yeah?
I've been working out.
Okay. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Are you inspired by the Super Bowl, the Olympics, all of the above? Bad Bunny?
I'm inspired.
If you could see the text messages in my girl
I'm inspired by
group
Bad Bunny
this morning.
I'm inspired by Bad Bunny.
I have not seen these women so thirsty in a moment.
The women love Bad Bunny?
The women love
Well, let me tell you what the men
Benito.
love. Let me tell you what the men love.
Okay.
Bad Bunny's dancers.
And I think the women love Bad Bunny's dancers too.
Yeah, that's fair.
I love watching good dancers. When I tell you those like 4 notes of Gasolina played, and I elevated from the seat I was sitting in and proceeded to start dancing with my husband before recognizing that we were in a bar watching the Super Bowl with many, and I was like, I'm sorry, something came over me. But I thought it was fun. I guess we can start there. What were your thoughts on the Super Bowl halftime show?
In what way was that not fun?
I mean, honestly.
Somebody explain to me how that wouldn't be fun. It's beautiful people dancing. It's beautiful people dancing and singing and having a good time. How is that not fun? CJ, why was that not fun?
Gary, I want to understand the words that are being said because I understand all of the words in every song that I ever listen to and that I ever dance along to.
That's right.
I see.
Every single one of them.
Me, notorious knower of lyrics.
Yes.
Of all lyrics.
Come on, man. Like
I can't get mad about it.
I know all the words to every Sean Paul song, even though he's singing in his weird little accent. Just da 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 da.
It's the same dudes I grew up with who couldn't go a day without listening to Nirvana or Pearl Jam. Now complaining they don't understand what's being said.
Listen, I love a good production. I love good symbolism.
They still don't know.
I love a musical. I love music I could shake my booty to. I had a good time watching Bad Bunny at the
friends
halftime
I
show.
grew up with still don't know the words to Teen Spirit. All right?
I'm not kidding. I don't
Still
know
don't
the
know the
lyrics
words
to
to Teen
any
Spirit.
The lights. Let's sing, Jessica. With the lights out.
Mad about Bad Bunny.
Rich and famous.
You have heard
that entertain us. Again, everybody knows I can't do any lyrics, so why would I, Jessica Benson, who notoriously blows every lyric that has ever been written, be upset that I can't understand all the words? Did I understand them? No, because I'm the loser who took French in high school instead of Spanish.
And I'm the loser who faked through Spanish.
And that's okay, because you want to know what? There is music and lyrics. And sometimes you can just ride with the vibes of the music.
Yeah.
And the lyrics are just there. The lyrics are there for those who understand them, and for those who don't, you're like, I recognize this is a bop.
I don't need
And
to-
I'm going to enjoy these people who are dancing. I'm going to enjoy Jessica Alba, honey herself, standing there having a good time.
It's just silly. It's
It
just
was
silly.
fun.
It's just people are silly. People are ridiculous.
I have actually seen some, like, this became such a thing. I mean, I understand from the moment that we're currently living in history and in this country.
Yeah, it's a crazy moment with a ridiculous president.
And I know people get really upset about the halftime show always. That is a great American pastime, is people getting pissed off preemptively about the halftime show and then people not watching the halftime show and still being mad about. But I did see some people come around and say, listen, like, what are we doing here? It was a fun show. There was a genuine wedding in the middle of the show. Like, people really got married. A couple had written to Bad Bunny asking him to come to their wedding, and he said, no, you want to know what? Come be a part of my halftime show at the Super Bowl. And they actually married them.
Beautiful.
There were people dressed as trees in the funniest way that I've ever seen. And as someone who once played a tree in the 4th grade production of The Wizard of Oz, I appreciated them getting their opportunity to shine. And it was just love. And like the whole message of the show was the only thing greater than hate is love.
If you're mad about that, there's something wrong with you. If you're mad about that, there's something wrong with you. And like, understand, I live with these people, around these people.
I made some really mad yesterday.
Like I joked on Friday. I was like, I told my family, if you're going to talk to me at the Super Bowl, you got to do it in the first quarter or the second quarter. Because once we get done with halftime, I'm clocking out on you guys, and I'm going to Facebook just to monitor the situation. I just wanted to monitor the situation. And that was just me telling a story. I didn't really do that.
Yeah.
I actually here's what I did yesterday. And I just sat there with my family and my friends, and I just enjoyed the night.
Yeah.
I didn't feel the need to share my thoughts with strangers.
Sure.
I had everybody I wanted around me. They were right there in the room. So that was good enough for me. But my wife has friends, and they're on Facebook, and they were sending her like screen grabs of like wild stuff they've seen. And it's not just like wild stuff you see from like some anonymous person in Florida. It's like, hey.
No, it's someone I know.
Oh, it's like, hey, you know that woman that owns that store down the street? Look at what she just posted. It's one of those types of things, right? And people are insane. And here's what's so funny about it. And I say this as, like, I know you guys. I'm going to see you at baseball fields and stuff. I know who you are. You don't even know how much the rest of the world laughs at you when you act like you're offended by a Bad Bunny halftime show, and instead of consuming that, you must rush over to Kid Rock. You don't even know how funny we think you are or how ridiculous you sound to normal people. But, buddy, they were out there in
droves.
Oh, man.
Immediately, people were like, look at the numbers on the alternative halftime show. Look how big it is. I'm like,
if you think you need an alternative halftime show, you've already lost the story. We're already laughing at you. When you sat around and said, we need an alternative halftime show, we should maybe get Kid Rock. We're already hysterically laughing at you. You don't even know how funny you are.
And this is coming from two people who have been at a Kid Rock show. And
That's
have
right.
a good time.
That's right. It is 2026. You were so offended by Bad Bunny that you thought you needed to trot Kid Rock out. That is hilarious. That is you can't be more ridiculous / racist / whatever than that.
And
if you think you needed Kid Rock last night, you are hilarious.
Here's the thing. Not everybody likes all art. Like, I am very conscious of that. I like a lot of weird art. I watch a lot of foreign films. I'm one of those weirdos. Sometimes I like the opera. I like musicals. I like movies that everybody else hates because they're so artsy-fartsy. I understand that not all art is for everybody. So if somebody watched the show last night
it's 14 minutes. Go to the bathroom and get your drink. Come back and watch the rest of the football game. It's not a big deal.
Or if you genuinely watched it and were like, that wasn't for me. I can't sit here and be like, well, why, what? If you gave it a chance and you still came away from it saying, I really didn't enjoy that, fine. I disagree because I thought it was a good time, but you do you. But like if you're running away from it, it made me so annoyed, and I'll say it made me sad. I'll even use the adjective of sad, that we have reached this point where we used to all come around and watch the Super Bowl halftime show, and some people loved it and some people didn't. CJ's still mad about the Aerosmith NSYNC Super Bowl that from my childhood I adored because I got to see NSYNC in the middle of the Super Bowl.
Mad about the Who? Did Bruce Springsteen do one? Furious about that? Was displeased with Rihanna?
But you watched them.
And
then we all talked about it. And then you still talk about them later. But it has turned into this thing. We can't even have the shared cultural experience of watching the same.
Because they're crazy. We don't have to whisper about it. They're insane. If you think you need an alternative Super Bowl halftime show featuring Kid Rock, you're a crazy person. But we live in a country where the President of the United States just shared a post depicting the Obamas as apes, and nobody seems to give a shit. It's like, whatever, just life goes on.
Oh, Gary. He didn't post that. The intern posted that.
We're living in crazy times, illustrated by these ridiculous people who think we need an alternative halftime show. I'm tired of whispering about it or just texting you on the side. Let's yell it. Let's yell it out loud. You people are crazy. Crazy. And when my grandkids, if I'm lucky enough to have them, are going to read about all this stuff, they'll know who you were.
You can run this clip and say, I thought.
That my grandkids are going to know where I was.
Yes.
That's where I'm at now. I want my
This was the straw for you, Gary. Which is great. Like, it's great. But their reaction to this was the straw.
I just shut down for several years. Like, you know what? Nobody needs to.
You kind of come in and out.
No,
not you personally. I mean, everybody.
I just don't feel like I need to make anybody feel feel comfortable anymore.
Okay.
You're a crazy person.
Okay.
If you boycotted the halftime show, you're insane. All right. If you're okay with the president sharing that shit he shared the other day, there's something wrong with you. Morally, you're empty. I'm tired of it. It's like, this is crazy. The idea that the halftime show became a thing is insane to me. And
we'll
sad.
continue
And sad.
to
I know I'm
and
joking
sad.
around and whatever,
Yeah.
but also like sad.
I
really
really
sad.
got into the sadness, and then I had a fun time watching. And honestly, in the midst of that game, the halftime show rolls in, and it was such a needed jolt of electricity because not only was the first half of that game, despite CJ absolutely loving the brand of Big Ten football, the game was kind of boring. The commercials were duds. If we want to really continue to build on it, no, don't get me. The majority of those commercials being either for AI,
That was awful.
for weight loss medication.
That's also awful.
I don't need Serena Williams. It makes me sad. Things that make me sad, watching one of the greatest athletes
I
of
think
our
she looks
time.
great.
She does look great. Of course she looks great. Everybody who's on a GLP-1 looks great. I know hundreds of women who look fantastic. And if you want to do it, you do it. But I don't need it sold to me in the middle of the Super Bowl. The Ring commercial for the surveillance of neighborhoods under the disguise of, hey, make sure no one's dogs get lost.
How do we not have Savannah Guthrie's mom on one Ring camera?
Gary,
on one Ring camera. How do we not
Chris
have
asked
that?
the same question. The worst, though, was all of us getting bamboozled into doing Backstreet Boys karaoke. And everybody's having a good time singing, everybody. Oh, and
that
we're like,
actually was-
yeah. And then it's like Coinbase, and everyone goes,
What? That was actually very effective because we were all like
Everyone
in the
talked
living room. We
about
were
it.
all sitting there like, okay, what's happening? We all know this song. This is fun. But what are we doing? Who is this for? What is this about? Like, were they about to announce a new tour? I didn't know what was going on, but it was an effective ad because
they were in 2 commercials.
you paid attention. Yeah, is that the purpose of the ad? Make you pay attention to what's going on? I paid attention.
I don't know. It pissed
What
me
about
off.
You were mad.
What about
So
Pepsi
mad.
taking a shot at Coke with their
I did
own
like-
bear?
I liked
they
the
took
Pepsi.
the Coca-Cola bear.
I did what, and they specifically did. Oh, they did the Coldplay thing
Yeah.
with the Pepsi
Right.
Bears. I thought that was good. I appreciated that one. I appreciated the Nerds gummy clusters, and then I got on Twitter and Darren Ravel was complaining about it, and I said, "Oh my God, why are you always complaining about something?"
What's he mad about?
I like the Levi's.
What commercial upset him?
Andy Cohen selling you Nerds gummy clusters on Super Bowl.
Man.
I said, I have bigger fish to fry coming out of this than the Nerds gummy clusters. And I liked the Nerds gummy clusters saying, work it gummy. And all the girls I was with was like, ooh, new vocal stim, work it gummy. And I said, we all live in different worlds. Because everybody loved seeing, all the women loved Andy Cohen popping up because he represents the Bravo universe. I liked the Levi's with the butts. I liked the commercial with all the butts.
Was with a guy who said, "Oh, that's Doechii," before she ever turned around. I was like, "Wow!"
That's
If you can
crazy.
spot,
Wow.
that's wild.
I'm not. Speaking of butts, I really liked the prostate cancer commercial with Bruce Arians and all the tight ends.
I might have missed that one.
Oh, I thought it was great.
Yeah.
I was like, it's all the tight ends just kind of lounging around and then talking about their butts, and then it's Bruce Arians being like, make sure to get yours checked. It saved my life. I said, that's effective advertising.
You know, he used to work at CBS.
Oh, really?
So, like, we know a lot of the same people. I never met this man, but people enjoy him. He seems like a good time. Like, if you were ever going, if you hear stories about if you could ever sit at a bar and just sit.
He would be on there.
He's the guy who, like,
He would be on that
he's high
list.
on that list, is what I'm told.
Did any commercials make you cry? Commercials used to make me cry. People were trying to shed tears over the potato chip commercial.
I didn't cry at all last night.
The Lay's, the
mom
field.
and not the mom, the daughter
The dad,
and the dad.
yeah.
So there was that one. There was the Universal commercial where little man, you'll be okay. And then so big brother, baby, and little brother, and then the big brother gets on the roller coaster ride, and little brother gets a little man him. That was up there. The one that got me almost, because I used to do this because I was a weirdo. Like I used to play football with my toys. Get 22 of them out. We're going to line up. We're going to run this play. This is how we're going to do it. And so the coaching, like Why Coaching Matters commercial, where the kid is coaching up his little action figures as the coach is coaching him up, that one hit me in a special place. But the
I
Sabrina...
like the Budweiser horse with the little
With the eagle?
baby eagle that
With the
grew into
eagle?
the big eagle.
Yeah.
Was that AI, though? I'm now getting got by AI all the time.
Jessica,
and I-
wait, what? So you think that the
That horse
commercial
was
with
not
the
real.
horse
That
Of course, the
was
horse
just
isn't real, but it could be. There's a difference between CGI and AI slop, and the AI slop is just seeping in. I'm just feeling really sensitive about it because I sent my husband a video of an AI toddler that I thought was real and an AI dog and baby in the last week that
No,
I
it's
thought were
over.
real. And Chris goes, "You're better than this."
It's
And I said, "Apparently, I'm not.
No,
it's over."
we have
It's
reached the point.
over.
I'm.
Who is Claude? Can anybody tell me who Claude is?
I am constantly online, as you know, and we've now reached the point where even I can't necessarily immediately tell if what I'm looking at is real or not. Like interviews, videos, I don't know if I will. This happens all the time. Somebody will say, I'll get a text message from a friend, and they'll say, "Did you see this thing that this coach said about this thing?" And I have to text them back and say, "That's not real."
I know.
They're just constantly sending me things, and I don't fall for it in the sense that I go on TV and talk about it, but I go, "Is that real? Let me look at this," and then I have to investigate a tweet before I can, do anything with it. That's a weird place to be.
My friend's very sweet mom came up to me yesterday and wanted to know all things Grizzlies and Ja Morant. And she mentioned something about Ja doing a Make-A-Wish event. And it could be totally true.
Right.
But in my head, I was like, did you see a Facebook post?
Yeah,
because those Facebook accounts they just throw out these fake stories that then get recycled as true.
I saw one, the same type of thing. It's just like J. Cole goes at Kendrick on new album. And it's all these lyrics, and I'm like, oh, wow, this is interesting.
Yeah.
But I don't remember hearing that when I listened to the album. And, but, maybe I dozed off or something.
Yeah.
And then you know what it is? It's just made up. It's just like not real. But there's 23,000 likes.
Yeah.
And 17,000 comments, and there's this entire world of people. I assume people, maybe bots, but
no, it's people. We have to get past this point of being they're not real people.
I'm sure
they're real people.
Yeah, it's your
internet.
aunt and my uncle and whatever, and they're all debating this and talking about it and going, "Ooh, what do you think Kendrick's going to do next?" And man, can you believe J. Cole did this? And ooh, what do you think Drake's going to say? And they're having this whole they're living in this. It's just made up. It's just not a real thing. It's just not something that's happening. Yeah. That's the world. That's the world in 2026.
Well, that was the big game.
Yep.
How about the other big game? Grizzlies Trailblazers. Or I could have gone with Memphis Charlotte.
Yeah.
That happened here yesterday. I said, I remember my local news days where I would have been sent to Memphis Charlotte on Super Bowl Sunday. But they won.
They did win. Let's celebrate the wins. They're back above 500.
And for the Grizzlies, celebrate the losses.
I guess that's where we're at.
You lose 2 to the Portland Trailblazers. When you're coming off of, I know you were on Vernon's show on Friday coming out of the Kleiman press conference, and you guys went through all of the various bites that came out of that. Is there one that resonated with you through the weekend where you come out of it, or you approach watching those 2 games perhaps differently than before he spoke?
I mean, I think we're in it now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like you don't even it was just a few weeks ago we were still looking at standings and and you're just 1 game out of this, and that's done. Now we're looking at the bottom. We're not looking up anymore. We're looking down. And so there's no getting around that anymore. We're not aiming for anything other than what just happened in back-to-back games, losses. I think the one that stood out, and I don't even know that he meant it this way. I don't want to put words in anybody's mouth, but it is something he said. It was something along the lines of, I'm paraphrasing, I don't have it right in front of me, but it was like, this isn't about Ja. He was asked more or less like, the direction of and he was like, this is an organizational thing. It's not about Ja. Basically, like, this is whatever we do, it ain't got nothing to do with him anymore.
I have the actual quote. We have been incredibly supportive of Ja for many years. This is about organizational direction. This is not about Ja in particular. I understand that Ja is Ja, and there's more attention paid to that. All of this is grounded in organizational direction and building a team that we believe can achieve the highest levels of success in this league.
And again, somebody can follow up with Zach, and he can expand on it if he wants. But the way I interpreted that was, for years, everything about this place has been about Ja Morant.
Yes.
Everything. Deals we made, deals we didn't make, the way we traveled. Like, you have no idea the things that were about Ja Morant connected to this franchise almost from the day he got here. And if you didn't know, let me make it clear. We're not in that business anymore. This is not about Ja. This is not Ja Morant's franchise anymore. We're not looking to build with Ja Morant anymore. We're not dreaming of the best day. He's only here because we could not find anybody to take him.
It takes 2 teams to make a trade, and we did not find one that worked.
Nobody wants him.
Yes.
They wanted Desmond Bane. They wanted Jaren Jackson. Honestly, like I could have got rid of most of the guys. Nobody wants this guy, including us.
Yeah.
And it's sad that we got here, but we'll address it in the offseason. That's what it felt like to me. And just to hear, again, it's a snippet out of context, but just to hear the words in this order said, it's not about Ja. It's not something we've ever heard from this franchise. And I thought that was maybe not eye-opening, because our eyes have been open for a little while. But
settling?
It was just
maybe?
Because when the trade deadline passed, even Dev's sitting here, and like Dev's closer to it. You know, he's like he runs with these guys.
Yeah.
You know, we talk about them and watch them. Dev runs with them, so I appreciate that for what it is. And the trade deadline passes, and he's like, "Yes, let's go." We're not going. It just means that people are saying, "Give us a first round pick, and we'll take John Moran off your hands." And we're like, we'll let him sit at home before we do that. But like, this is over. This thing is over.
Right.
And now the question is, when will it get good again? Because it's going to be bad for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I hope.
And you hope that it's for a short time, not a long time.
You hope for a short time, not a long. It's going to be bad, and you hope that it's for a short time, not a long time.
It is February 9th.
Yeah.
We're going to have an all-star break coming up. We won't get to watch Cam Spencer compete in the three-point contest, but we're going to have an all-star break coming up. And then you're going to get into the end of February and March. And I know there's a lot of, whatever the exact number of games left in the season. It's a lot still. How will you watch those games? Am I loading you up for?
No, I mean, it's my job.
Yes.
I think the more interesting question is like, how do
fans watch those games?
Right.
The realest ones were tapped in on Friday and Saturday.
Yeah.
And I see you.
I do worry that it's going to become this is an NBA issue, not just a Grizzlies issue, but now the Grizzlies are a part of it. Mm-hmm. About a third of the league is not trying to win games right now.
Right. This is going to be one of the more egregiously led end of the seasons. And I don't mean, look, we're ethically doing it right here. There's not a Santi Aldama's still out with knee soreness, and Jaron's gone and Zach's out, but there are a lot of teams trying to lose basketball games.
I mean, the thing they did in Utah the other night was crazy.
Crazy.
I mean, or smart.
What they're doing with the Wizards and keeping Trae Young and Anthony Davis out.
Like, you go trade for Jaren Jackson and then you bench him in the fourth quarter with Lauri Markkanen to lose the game. Now, there's about 10 teams doing that. Maybe not that dramatically, but certainly aiming that direction. Well, then that means there's 20 teams that's not. Well, that means that there's games involving those 10 teams. Like, it manipulates the standings. It messes up a lot of stuff. And Adam Silver's smarter than I am, but they got to get a hold of this somehow. Yeah. There's these issues in the NBA that they develop, and then we identify them, and then we never fix them. I don't understand why we don't fix things, or why that league doesn't fix things. Something as simple and trivial as the hats on draft night.
Right.
We all know that's an issue.
We say it every year.
We say it every year. Fix it. Well, I don't know what to do. Get 5 smart people you saw on Twitter who have good ideas and fly them all to New York and put them in a room and say, all right, guys, I saw you guys popping off on Twitter about this. Let's talk about it. How do we fix this? What's the best way? Somebody will have a good idea.
Mm-hmm. Go to Reddit.
Tanking. Like, okay, here we are again. How do we improve this? Flatten the lottery odds at a certain point. Whatever it is, just address it, because we have the same conversation. All-Star Weekend, the regular season not mattering to the players. Like, these are all things that we talk about every year, and they don't seem to actually try to fix them in any sort of meaningful way. But it's a problem. Like, I don't know if you saw these stories, but college basketball has now moved to Friday night. Friday night's a big night for college basketball now. Fox is putting a high-profile game on every Friday night. Michigan State 2 weeks ago. This past Friday, St. John's, UConn. They are killing the NBA in ratings. I mean, it's not even close. College basketball, like, whoever's doing the Friday night doubleheader, Amazon or Peacock or whatever it is, they're getting destroyed by whatever college basketball game Fox decides to put on, because we all know it's a capacity crowd. Look at that student section. Those faces are painted. That team's ranked 7th. This team's ranked 3rd. This matters. Mm-hmm. Then you flip over to the NBA regular season game, and it's like the 3 of the top 4 players are out for reasons that aren't clear. They don't even seem like they're trying to win. And, oh, by the way, this one team playing, they might actually be trying to lose. It's a real issue that we'll solve another day.
Did you want to say something, CJ? You stood up. Okay, never mind. I thought he heard Michigan State and rose.
Michigan did beat Michigan State, Gary.
That's how
Michigan beat the hell out of Michigan State. Michigan also beat the hell out of Ohio State this past weekend. We can talk college basketball if y'all want to. I'm here.
We can be mad about the state of tanking, and we got a lot of Mondays to go where we'll be talking about the biggest faces in college basketball as attention shifts there. But I forgot one more commercial I was really upset about during the Super Bowl was that stupid AI Dunkin' Donuts commercial that had everybody saying, "Oh, I love this. It's all my favorite shows from when I was younger. It's a great sitcom commercial." And all of their faces look like they're still 25 years old. And then Jennifer Aniston pops up with Tom Brady to make a D's Nuts jokes. And I'm like, it would have been just as funny if you were your actual human bodies and not some AI feature on your face that makes you young.
But because we know what those people look like.
Yeah, because I see them all on Facebook now.
We know what Alfonso looks like. We know what Whitley looks like. We know what Urkel looks like. Like, we know what all these people look like in real life.
Correct.
We don't need you to be younger.
Need it. And I also don't need just a hodgepodge of 10 celebrities in every commercial and you call it good. What happened to Doritos? Where's Doritos?
I don't know where Doritos
there wasn't
are.
a Doritos
Where are the
commercial.
M&Ms?
Wasn't an M&M's commercial. There wasn't a car commercial either.
I don't care about the...
There wasn't a car commercial.
No.
I don't care about the Super Bowl
There was
commercials.
the Redfin commercial. I liked the little "Will You Be My Neighbor" commercial. And then I said, I don't know if I like where it's coming from, but it was a nice idea.
I don't know if this is just an aging thing, but like the Super Bowl commercials, it feels like we see them in advance, so they're like...
I saw the Emma Stone one. I saw the Jenner one.
Yeah, so whatever the pop that you would normally get watching Super Bowl commercials, you probably saw that on YouTube 2 days ago. And then I just decided I'll watch whatever's in front of me. Like I don't announce to the room, everybody quiet down, commercials are on. Let's watch this together. We just sort of do what we're doing. And if I notice it, I notice it. And if I don't,
if it takes your attention.
Yeah, if I notice it, I notice it. If I don't, I don't. If I like it, cool. And if I don't, rather than get mad about it, you know what I do? I go, it's just a commercial. Who cares?
But we're being fed commercials all the time, and it's capitalism, and it never stops. And these ads are getting worse and worse, and they're a representation of the direction that the country is going in. And I just miss proper ads. I miss Britney Spears in low-rise jeans selling me Pepsi.
I miss Britney Spears in low-rise jeans myself.
I miss Beyonce.
Now we're speaking the same language.
Just go to her Instagram account.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You want to see Britney Spears in low-rise everything. It's out there every day.
Put AI on it and make it the Britney of the early 2000s. The Britney Instagram of the today makes me sad. I can't go there. It
I figure I'm
me
holding
out.
a phone that's got every commercial in the history of commercials right in there, and I can watch whichever one I want whenever I want to.
Out commercials. The whole point of commercials is they're slapped into my face, so I have no choice but to watch them and then think about this company.
Man, I wasn't frustrated at all last night. We enjoyed the game, and we enjoyed the halftime show, and we enjoyed the commercials, and then we watched Lindsey Vonn die. That was fun.
I watched that in the morning.
No,
I started my day watching Lindsey
I thought it was
Vonn
actually good. Like, I don't care about the Olympics at all. Like, at all. Like, I have no plans to watch anything. I don't care.
Wow.
But when it's on, and let me be clear. I don't tell other people not to care. Care about it. Love it. Whatever you want. I have no interest. Like, I'm looking forward to watching Kansas and Arizona tonight.
Yeah.
I don't care about anything that's happening in the Olympics. But when it's right in front of me, I'm like, okay, this is all right. I can watch this.
I actually watch it as it comes to me as well.
That's the same thing.
Next thing I knew, we were home early on whatever night it was, Saturday maybe, watching the ice dancing. And I was playing the game of, are they dating? Are they friends? Are they faux? Like, are they lovers? Or are they? So fun. The American Ice Dancers.
Don't you think if you ice skate with another person nonstop every day and you're both attractive, eventually you're going to do it?
Yeah, sure. If you're both straight, I think there's a lot of. But then I know dancers who danced together their whole lives and never hooked up.
Are there crying?
I never dance with anybody I didn't hook up with.
In skating, aren't
I
we
will not
picking
dance
up
with you
in-
unless you're willing to
Yeah,
hook
there's
up.
a lot of, movement and close to the faces.
Yeah.
But anyway, the Americans are
I just feel like
married,
you're
and
like-
I did learn there was some drama. Nobody
like when
wants
you
the
sing
French
your-
ice dancers to win.
Like that football player, his girlfriend, Alex Earl. You're familiar with Alex Earl?
Oh, you're talking about that football player, Tom Brady?
Well, yeah, but I was talking about the other guy.
The old boyfriend of Alex Earl. I'm sorry, yes.
The ex-boyfriend. And then she went off to do Dancing with the Stars. Is this true? Am I making this up?
It's a rumor.
What's a rumor?
That she then left him for the...
I'm just saying, I just think once you go on one of them dancing shows, you just got to concede. You just got to concede.
I hear you.
Like,
I know where you're coming from.
That's going to happen.
Anyway.
These people are beautiful people next to each other all day long. At some point, somebody going to have a glass of wine.
I saw the quad god. I saw those quads.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah.
All right,
That's
we'll
why
take
I
a
don't
break.
dance.
We'll talk
That's why I don't
Olympics,
dance. That's
'cause
why I
I
don't
did
dance no
watch
more.
some.
Anyway, the
That's
Olympics were
why
fun.
you don't dance?
Yeah, I don't dance anymore. I stopped
5
dancing.
seconds I was up for that Super Bowl halftime show. I said, Chris, I wish we were at home. Not in a, well, that sounded so weird. Whoa. That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant.
Man.
I just wanted to dance. I wanted to dance like nobody was watching because the halftime show was so fun.
You gonna make a little Benito. I understand. Turn up.
Oh, man.
Let's go.
Bad
Bad Bunny does it to you.
Bad Bunny and Bad Benson.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Bad Benson.
I think I just broke everything.
Elmo said we should call him Good Bunny.
Gary!
Gary, you broke the mic. Gary's
did break the
on
mic.
today. All right, goodbye.
gotta
Not goodbye.
go.
We got to take
I
a break.
gotta
You
go.
got to go. We
I
got to
gotta
take a
go.
break. We'll be back to talk about anything else that happened from this weekend. We'll wrap up the show after a quick break. I just wanted to dance. I love to dance. You don't understand.
We heard what you said. We heard what you
Own the 2025-26 Grizzlies season with the 10-game Flex Pack, the ultimate way to catch all the action on your terms. Choose your favorite matchups from intense rivalries to weekend thrillers and customize your pack to fit your schedule. With 10 games to pick, you'll never miss the moments that matter most. Visit Grizzlies.com/packs today to build your perfect ticket pack and cheer on the Grizzlies your way. It's your team, your season, and your schedule. So don't miss out.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans. Want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Memphis, Monday, February 16th. Tickets and ringsider packages on sale now.
Jeff Dunham, artificial intelligence, his all new tour.
You're the other white meat. How can you be so smart on one hand and so stupid on the other? Well, you're half of it. I realize I could have avoided all this years ago with one simple word. I do not. Silence!
Don't miss a Memphis. Friday, April 10th, FedEx Forum. Tickets on sale Monday, September 29th at jeffdunham.com.
Big Ben Bennett, do you have your new football coach over in Nashville?
We do, yes. Robert Saleh. This is why I'm stoked. Starting in 2019, number 2 total defense, number 5 total defense, number 3 total defense, number 4 total defense, number 3 total defense, number 3 total defense. This dude's going to have a good defense. Like, he's going to be able to turn their defense around, which has obviously been an issue.
The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item. Whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
Every Monday, we're giving you a chance to win free Sonic. Just hit the link pinned in the YouTube chat to enter for a Sonic gift card. Jump into the chat, hang with us, and maybe even eat some free Sonic too. God forbid a girl just wants to rumba with the love of her life. God forbid you want to do a little salsa.
That's what we're calling it these days. Kids, stay
A
right
little
here.
tango.
Mama and
A
Daddy
little
got.
paso doble.
We have to go salsa in
A
the
little
next
cha-cha
room.
slide.
Cha-cha slide is not.
Well, cha-cha.
Okay.
The slide makes it the line dance portion
so
of it,
just
but
a
a
little
cha-cha
cha-cha.
is a dance.
Yeah. Okay, I got you. Nothing wrong.
I
Jessica,
love
listen.
Latin ballroom. Sorry, I felt awkward standing up in the middle of the bar. I didn't want to be like that white girl just shaking it all to Bad Bunny. Shout out Flyway Brewery. My friend won that event where they like catered and had the big TV setup. It was great. That's a great space. I really enjoyed my time there last
But
night.
if you were in the privacy of your own
I would have
home,
danced. I love to dance. I have a song within my heart. I don't think I could ever hate a halftime show. Genuinely. Like, it could be music that I don't care about. And I'd be like, the production of that, because they put so much money and effort into it. As somebody who loves musicals, that is like the ultimate musical production. And it could be someone who I have never heard sing a single song, and I'd be like, oh, that was a dope show. Like, it could be, I don't listen to a lot of country. It could be a country artist, and I'd say, that was a good halftime show.
That's what
I enjoyed that.
That's what Bad Bunny was.
Yes.
At least for me. I don't know about
For a lot of
everybody else,
people.
but for me it was like I've never heard a Bad Bunny song. I don't really know what's happening, but I can make inferences. I'm connected, not connected, but I
have
understand
media literacy.
I understand enough about what is going on in the world to infer some things from him being up on the light poles
Right.
or the power poles or whatever, starting
wedding.
from the wedding
The
part.
kid sleeping on the bench of the wedding was so funny.
The wedding part, like, threw me up. Like, you can get married at the Super Bowl?
Yeah, that was cool.
That's an
Lady Gaga threw me.
New
But Bad
goal?
Bunny's just a little monster. I love that. Everyone's like, well, how does Lady Gaga fit into this? And it's like, no, he loves Lady Gaga.
Oh, it's
like he
it's just
loves
it's
Lady
just
Gaga.
He likes Lady Gaga.
Yeah, like
That's
he's
all.
a fan, she's a fan. They work
That's
together.
it.
There was like a moment at the Grammys the week before where when he won Best Album, she's one of the first people to come over, and when he's like taking that moment to himself, she's giving him a hug, and everyone's like, we should have known. We should have seen. Did you see Ricky Martin? I didn't even talk about the guests. Ricky Martin shows up. It was a good time.
Ricky Martin had that touching message to Bad Bunny, congratulating him on the Grammy success, and that's when we should have known. The end got all the flags up, running around, and he's saying things. I'm like,
And he says, God bless America.
He's shouting out. I don't hear anything. All I hear is Mexico and
He
and
says, God
El
bless America,
Salvador,
and then
right?
names like 15 countries.
Names all of the countries, I do believe, in the Western Hemisphere.
North, Central, and South.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was all of them, but
Okay.
it was a lot of them.
And so he's just shouting out these countries. And again, all I catch is Mexico, I catch El Salvador, and I see the flags like,
And
oh,
Canada.
he's naming the countries where Spanish people kick it.
Mm-hmm.
And then he says United States, like, oh, okay, he threw United States in there. That's
Yeah.
cool. Or whatever. I don't know what he's saying. And then it ends with Canada. I'm like, wait. There, in my head, not out loud, in my head, wait, there are Mexicans in Canada? What are we doing? Wait, they speak Spanish up there? It's like, oh, okay. All right, cool. Good stuff.
I don't know if I've ever shared this story, but the end of that show like hit me because when we were in Argentina a couple of years back, I had an embarrassing moment where somebody asked, we were either at a restaurant or some store, and someone asked where we were from, and I just like very flippantly said, America. And they paused, and they were like, oh, you mean the United States? And I was like, yeah, I mean, I live in Memphis right now. I lived in California, Colorado, Washington. And they could not have been nicer. And they were like, hey, can I just give you a word of advice, especially while you're traveling around here? Like when somebody asks you where you're from, be specific that you're from the United States of America because you're in Argentina right now. You're in America. And I was like, oh my God, I'm an idiot. I'm one of those Americans. But it was one of those things where I was like, hey, I really appreciate you pointing that out. And I've thought about it ever since because it is the truth. Like if you are in Canada, you are in America. If you are in Brazil, you are in America. North, South, Central. The America does not revolve around the one country that we call home. And I thought the end of that show was such a perfect like encapsulation of all of that.
And
a
I
good
think,
reminder.
I think that what Gary was frustrated about and what a lot of people are frustrated about is everybody wants to come together. So, like, yes, that nobody's saying, hey, we don't want to come together. There's one side of this saying, hey, let's come together under these forms of oppression where no matter what, this person, white person, is better than everything else and everybody's going to do what white person says, particularly white dude says, for no other reason than, hey, I'm a white dude, right? Like there's that side of things. And then there's this other side where it is, no, I'm a person. And what Bad Bunny did should not have been divisive. It was not a divisive performance at all. And the things that he's saying is not divisive. For him to come out there and say, hey, no, we're all Americans. We're all people. We are all worthy of a chance at a quality life. That's it.
Yes.
For that to be the thing that pisses you off to the point that you feel the need to create some nonsensical, not good, poor quality halftime show of your own because you just don't like that. You don't like acknowledging the humanity and the inherent goodness and the inherent necessity of respect that this performer is asking for. You don't like that.
Yeah.
You don't like basic human decency. You're mad about that. Like, what can we do with you? I don't know how we reach that. I don't know how we talk to that. I don't know how we save that. But we have to because it's millions of that.
Yes.
That has gotten a president elected. Like there's millions of that running around. I'm just not smart enough to know how to
bring everybody
that.
back.
I just don't know.
Yeah.
And that's where the frustration is coming from.
Well, I'll throw one added layer onto it. It's not like the NFL did it as an act of... No, the NFL did it because they're continuously trying to globalize the game, as you have seen more and more games being played in other countries every year, a lot in Europe. You've had the Brazil games. You're going to have the Mexico City experience. I think there's going to be an Australia game. The NFL wants all the money, not just United States of American money, all the money around the world. And who is the most streamed artist in the world? Bad Bunny. In the world. This isn't some like nice, we're going to make a statement. No, they want dollars. They want eyeballs, and that's what Bad Bunny is.
If you can't understand that concept either, right? Like it's not the NFL is, and I hate saying it, woke, right? Like I hate that phrase.
No, they're anti-woke.
They're focused on money.
Yes.
Money is what the people hoarding money from you is what your frustration is. A regular United States citizen.
It was like
this is the same NFL who blackballed Colin Kaepernick out of the league. Right? Blackball Reed out of the league. This is that NFL. They don't care about anything but the bottom line. They want money, man.
Goodell was in his box and it like listed the people who were in the box with him. And it was like CEO of Netflix, CEO of Disney, CEO of, I forget. It was all the CEOs of the media companies. And then there was one that I had never heard of before. And I was like, let me Google that. And it's one of the biggest media companies abroad.
Mm-hmm.
It was born in Germany and is one of these like massive European media companies. And I was like, oh, of course that's what it is. And that's one of the, if not the primary reason why Bad Bunny was the halftime Super Bowl show. So anyway, what does cash do? Rules everything around me. Always
Kareem
and forever.
get the money.
I did watch some Olympics this weekend. Quad God was awesome. That was a fun experience. He landed the first legal backflip in 50 years. Never forget Surya Bonali, who landed on one blade once upon a time and was told it was illegal. But watching Ilya Malinin complete that move was very fun.
And they needed him.
Yes.
Apparently, this was in like
to
this
get them past Japan.
This came down to him.
Yes.
Like it's set up for him to go out there and achieve and be great individually, sure, but to bring home gold for all of the United States of America, right? Like that it walked in. It's like, oh, is he going to do it? Is he going to land it? And he stuck it. And it was like, okay, here we go.
Like,
we got
gold.
gold.
Was kind of crazy to watch. The big thing was the Lindsey Vonn crash coming 12 seconds into her run on Sunday. You did still get a gold medalist from the U.S. Breezy Johnson won the gold. That was the first gold that we got at the Winter Olympics. But watching Lindsey Vonn have to get airlifted, like that's how I started my Sunday morning.
You heard her scream also.
And I saw Mariska Hargitay's reaction. It was like, here's Lindsay's friends and family, and it's Detective Benson from Law & Order, SVU, and her face in slow motion was like, and I was like, ooh, that's bad. The scream, keeping the audio up was certainly a choice. I understand. It puts broadcast decisions are made. I do think it humanizes it. The still photos of that are incredible to see. And if you go back, like her pole wraps around the gate. And so for people who are like, oh, her knee gave out, like, no, it was a genuine ski accident that could happen to anyone. I then proceeded to spend my Sunday morning going through worst ski accidents in competition history. I don't know.
What is wrong with you?
Sometimes I go down the worst of rabbit holes. There was this one in Switzerland in like the early 90s where a guy got like ripped in half. It was really brutal.
Ripped in half? All right. That's cool.
Chris was like, why are you telling me this?
All right.
I said, I'm so sorry.
That has to be.
But I hate it.
Like
I hated it for
injuries are going to happen in sports and in competition, and they're going to be some really, really gruesome injuries. The sports I watch, though, help, at least perceived help, is right there. So perceived help is on the field or on the court in seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Player goes down with a knee. Marshawn Lattimore is pulling his knee off of his ear and it's popped backwards. He is pulling it off as medical personnel is running onto the field to take care of that. She just help takes a while to get out there, and she's just laying there.
I know.
That has to be
really
terrible.
hard. Really hard. Yeah, when you watch the Winter Olympics, you do realize the added level of danger with these sports. It's either blades are involved or they're jumping off mountains or surfaces on uneven, whether it be skis or snowboards or whatever it may be. And you're like, damn, that's terrifying. But yeah, it was tough to watch. I've had a weird, I'm not a Lindsey Vonn super fan by any means, but watching her go through this and some of the backlash from some people who are like, why is she doing this? This is selfish. And I said, you know what? I don't want to turn this into a gendered thing, but if this was like a 41-year-old dude, we'd glorify him into this absolute hero of attempting to go after his goals one last time. And I'm going to do it the same thing for Lindsey Vonn. So I don't think she'll have any regrets based on how she approached it mentally going into it. She knew the risks. Again, it was a general ski accident with the whole pole situation from what I understand. Ski expert a couple times a year. I've skied every now and then. I know those poles are scary. And it can just happen so fast. So she had surgery on her leg. She broke her leg, shattered her leg. I thought it could have been something worse.
What's worse than shattered leg?
I don't know. Again, CJ, I went down a rabbit hole and saw somebody. It was so scary. I won't get into it. Anything else from the Super Bowl? I guess we never really went through the opening stuff.
What do you mean the opening stuff?
Were we talking about that when we were live or when we were just in a
What,
pre-show?
Green Day? How Green Day needs to get a chance to
Day,
perform at the Super Bowl?
excellent.
Give me
Charlie Puth, a fine anthem, but that shot of the fighter jet and the camera work that they did was spectacular camera work on their part. Brandy Carlisle did
I love
America
America
the Beautiful. I love
the
that song. It's a
The
good
older I
song.
get, the more I want either that or Lift Every Voice.
Yeah.
To be the anthem. We can get the Star Spangled Banner up out of here.
Coco Jones doing Lift Every Voice was great. And then, is there anything else? Oh, Mike Tirico was awesome. And then he just turned to Olympics coverage immediately, and he's on a plane over to Milan. That's crazy.
Oh, I saw somewhere where NBC has Winter Olympics, Super Bowl, and NBA All-Star. And so 2 weeks, they're talking about bringing in $2 billion alone in revenue.
We were watching snowboarding on Saturday, and they did an intro into it with Vince Carter. Like, the whole thing was around Vince Carter dunk contest, turning it into what it's like to snowboard. I was like, this is weird. And then it went into a promo for the dunk contest and All-Star Weekend, and I go, I got by cross-promotion again.
The All-Star song, but the song, I don't know if you've seen the commercial, but it's to Everybody Wants to Rule the World. Everybody.
Yes.
They do that song now for the All-Star, and this was my first time seeing the commercial. But they do it using the names of the All-Star participants. So it's not lyrics. It's Kevin Durant and
that's
Victor
scary for me.
Wembanyama, Nikola Jokic, LeBron James. Then everybody wants to rule. It was like, that's incredible right there.
Pretty good.
Good stuff.
I didn't realize you know how I was talking about what Coco Jones was wearing?
Yes.
It was an homage to the Whitney Houston outfit.
Oh.
That's cool.
I missed that.
All right, everybody. We will see you tomorrow. It's a Grizzlies game night. If you want to stay up with me, Grizzlies Warriors tonight.
What time is it?
9 p.m. 9
Steph still out?
p.m.
Is he back?
I think he's questionable tonight. But I do believe there's some anticipation that he doesn't play again until after the All-Star break. So, TBD. Draymond Green still on the team. Brandon Pajemski still on the team. Jonathan Kuminga no longer on the team. Come watch the Grizzlies.
Is Kristaps playing?
I don't ask my husband. Anyway, we'll be back tomorrow to talk about it all. Mike Wallace will join us. I hope everyone's a great rest of your Monday. We'll see you later. Bye.